I'd like to start out saying what I think is possibly the biggest shame for Judaism today around the country, in Detroit, everywhere you go. I find that in B'nai Akiva, in every school I've visited, all my friends, wherever they go, and I've been around, I've seen many schools, the biggest shame is that the coolest person, no matter where you are in any school, is the one who's least religious. The one who shows off how he didn't keep Shabbos, how he watched, he shows it off. He's like, oh yeah, I'm the coolest one, I just ate at Pizza Hut last night. He's the coolest one. And there's no yeshiva that I've seen in my life, I'm sure there are some, there's no yeshiva, no youth group that I've seen, other than NCSY, in the whole country, that the coolest people are the most frum ones. The regional board, everyone that's cool is the people who are keeping Shabbos. I stood at a regional convention this year, and there was a kid who you wouldn't even expect him to admit he was Jewish. He was standing up there, he was wearing the baggiest pants you've ever seen, and some like a FUBU shirt or something, and he just got up there and he was crying. He said, "I wash Nagelwasser every morning." You honestly would not believe it. And that NCSY is the only place in the world where it's cool to be from. It's cool to be Jewish, and people show it off, and that's why NCSY has such a strong effect on kids, and a strong effect on even teenagers, adults, everyone around. Anyone who's at regional convention can tell you. My parents tried to get everyone they knew to come here after they went to regional convention. They couldn't. They wanted more. So I'd like to share with you what happened to me from 3-4 years ago when I started NCSY until this point today where I'm standing in front of you. 2 years ago at regional convention in Toledo, we were at a hotel, and it was Friday evening, and I was shaving for Shabbos, and my advisor comes up to me, he says, I knew him from camp so he could be mean to me. He goes, "What are you doing? Why are you shaving with that?" It was a razor, it was a Gillette. And I said, "I need a close shave." He's like, "So?" And I'm thinking, all right, I need a close shave. The girl that I want this weekend wants me to have a close shave. And he starts yelling at me, I say, whatever, I don't care. So, of course, God sends me his sign. And I cut myself and I have a nice big cut over my lip the whole weekend. Didn't help too much. And then, Friday nights, my room decided to leave the Wings game on because we didn't want to miss the end of the game. We went down for davening and we all ran back up to watch the end of the game. And later on that Friday night, a counselor walked in. TV happened to be on a different channel. We were watching something else, and I kept on getting in trouble. Counselors kept on coming up to me. I kept on getting caught for something else. First I was shaving, I got cut, then I was watching TV, and the weekend was not going well. And then Shabbos during Menucha, I go upstairs to the 3rd floor. I'm hanging out with my friend, and I'm in her room, and all of a sudden a knock on the door, the advisor comes in, I run and jump into the shower to hide. And the advisor had her fiance there. He comes in, he opens the shower, he's like, "Get out of here, punk." And he starts talking to me, he's calling me every dirty name you can think of. He's telling me I'm a runt, I'm a rat, and he wanted to tell Sally. I was scared. So then Saturday night, I wasn't too scared, obviously. My room decides, and some other people, decided the food wasn't good enough on Saturday night, so we ordered a pizza from Papa John's. So we go upstairs to the 13th floor, and we start eating the pizza. We're eating at Papa John's pizza. And then in pops the same advisor who caught me on Friday night watching TV and takes away the pizza. And he goes and he tells Rabbi Berg and he tells Sally. Rabbi Berg first pulls me aside and he starts talking to me about it. And then he pulls the whole group aside and he talks to me about it and he tells me he's disappointed in me. And I'm just in the worst mood. And Sally knew about it, everyone knew about it. And I'm sitting in on Sally talking at the awards ceremony on Saturday night, and I'm sitting down next to my friend, and I'm in the worst mood. I just want to go upstairs, go to sleep. It's already like midnight, maybe like 1-ish. And Sally starts talking about this one kid there's such a bright future in the region. And he's talking, and I'm like, this is so boring. So I get up to walk away. I'm almost out the room, and he says, I'd like to call up Mikey Skoczylas to get this award. And the whole back of the room is yelling, Pizza Hut. And I'm thinking, this is good. So I'm standing there taking a picture between the regional president and the regional director, and I'm embarrassed as can be. But I didn't know what to think because I was there, half an hour ago, I was eating pizza upstairs, and then I get called up for an award despite what I just did. I got an award for meritorious service, and I was like, why do I deserve this? I thought for sure they would take away my award after they caught me doing everything you can think of. And I was really, really, really ashamed, but it didn't bother me so much. I was just wondering why they did it. Maybe they didn't care. Maybe it was just, I don't understand. Till today, I don't understand why they did it. And the next day, Steve Berg comes up to me, and we're leaving the Shabbaton. It's all, he's saying bye to your friends, and he pulls me aside, and he looks at me in the eye, and he says, Mikey, I'm asking you to be my chapter president. I believe in you. And I just stopped, and I was like, he believes in me? I mean, for what? And he just said, I believe in you. And I was at his house last Shabbos. I ate there Friday night, and I told him about it, and he stood there and he almost started crying when I told him what I said about him at regional convention, and I told him I was saying it again today, and he said, don't worry, I still do. And it was unbelievable. And I was talking to Chana Appel as she was leaving regional convention. She's the Cleveland chapter director. And she said, I remember that 2 years ago, and I'm glad you talked about it last night, because I remember telling Sally that he should kick you out. You're a yeshiva kid, and all you did was get in trouble. She said, I was yelling at him because he wasn't kicking you out. But I'm so happy that you talked about it and reminded me, because now I know that maybe I should not be as quick to judge, because I see where you've come and how you got there. So I'd like to talk about what happened between this regional convention last year and regional convention this year. It all started really when Stephen Berg said, I believe in you. And that last time I ate kosher was I ate non-kosher, was at that regional convention. Ever since then, I pretty much kept kosher, strictly, except once by accident. I spit it out. And I really like to thank everyone who's really always been there, and that's the reason, because those cool guys are in NCSY, and those are the ones you look up to. And Chaim Yehuda Kleinberg has me over for dinner like every night, and his wife Deanna, she's a good cook. And I mean, you look up to him. He's a frum guy, and he treats me like a brother. He takes care of me. And the other Thursday night, I skipped the end of the Red Wings game because I promised Ellie Ross and I'd learn with him. And we went to the Kollel for Mariv, and we learned, and we just kept on learning and talking. And it turns out that we closed the lights and locked up the Kollel because Ellie Ross and I were learning all night. And last year he was NCSY of the year. He's someone to look up to in NCSY because he's a cool guy and he's still from. There are so many other people like that. If any of you guys know Charlie Harari, David Zimmer, cool guys, play basketball, they're nice guys, and they're from guys, and they're really something to look up to. And when you think that NCSY isn't necessarily for a yeshiva kid, it's really only for Kiruv, but I totally disagree with that, because NCSY is the makeh b'patish of yeshiva education. You can learn every Gemara, every Masechta, you can learn all you want, but until you can produce, I mean, in yeshivas today, they don't really push you to produce. You learn, but only like in NCSY do they really push you to produce, and NCSY is the makeh b'patish. It's the final blow of the hammer for yeshiva education. It really helps you, and I really want to thank Sally and NCSY for everything they've done for me. I'm going to yeshiva next year, and it's really only because of them. Thank you.